And hello, boys and girls. This is Mr. Garcia coming at you from Mary Hall Elementary. I'm so happy to be back at work and teaching in my classroom. And this is going to be our first lesson of the year. We're going to take it easy, take it slow. We're going to do things that you're going to be able to perform at home. Okay. And the first thing we're going to learn about, I know it sounds like a silly, simple thing to learn about, but it is important to the music making aspect if you understand the way basic sound works, okay, and the functions of the sound, especially the functions of sound coming from your body, okay? So it is said by musicologists that your first instrument isn't the one you hold in your hands and you drum or whatever instruments you're experienced with, but it's actually your voice. Your voice is your first instrument. You learn how to sing, and so we're going to talk about the voice right now. Okay, so the five types of voices are as follows. Okay, and I'm doing one of them right now, and that's going to be right here. It's called the speaking voice. Say that with me. Say speaking voice. All right, and so over here I put a very popular figure in American culture, Barack Obama. He was very famous for being a very good public speaker, and we've had many presidents in our nation's history that have been amazing public speakers. Others, struggle with public speaking. They offer different qualities in other manners, but I thought I'd put a picture of one of the most famous public speakers in recent times. So he would use a speaking voice. Okay. All right. So that's speaking. You do it all day long. We talk, we speak. All right. Cool. The next one, the second one you see right here, and you can see the man doing it right there. He's shouting. Say shouting voice. Awesome. So that's our second type of voice. Okay. Our shouting voice. I'm going to shout, hey. So what are some times you may shout? Well, you might be at the playground with your friends or your cousins or family, right? You can shout there. I'm sure you shout a lot. How about in a basketball game? If you go to a basketball game or a football game or some type of sports event and you're rooting for your home team, yeah, you're gonna shout, right? How about if your mama says, "Hey, go call your brothers and sisters and tell them to come in for dinner." So you go out the window, you put your head to the window, or maybe you open up the door and you say, "Hey, mama said come in and eat." Right? You're gonna shout to your brothers and sisters or your family, right? So there's different ways we use shouting voices in appropriate settings. Okay. One setting where we wouldn't want to shout is if maybe you're in church and it's supposed to be quiet, or maybe the library or in class, right? You don't want to shout, or you're in a Zoom with your teacher. Mm-mm. It's not appropriate to shout, right? Okay, cool. The next kind of voice, which is right here, is called the whisper voice. Say whisper. Okay, whisper sounds like this, right? So, when are some times that you will want to whisper? Hmm. Maybe if you want to tell somebody a secret you don't want anyone to hear, you whisper into their ear. Okay. Maybe, well, I guess, like I said before, maybe there's something really, really important to say to tell your mama. Maybe y'all are, I don't know, somewhere you're supposed to be quiet. Oh, I guess, like I said before, like maybe like church or you're in a library, you would whisper, right? That's one way to use our voices. Okay. The third way to use our voices. Okay. Now, the fourth one I'm going to talk to you about really isn't using your voice, but it is and it isn't. Okay. So it's your inner voice. It's that voice you hear in your head whenever you read something, but you don't move your lips or use your vocal cords. Yet, what's interesting is that when you read something, you hear your own voice in your mind speaking. That's something interesting. Like if I'm reading the screen that you're watching right now, and at the top of it, I see this sentence, the five types of voices. If I read that to myself in my head, I just heard myself read it in my head. I heard my own voice. Isn't that cool? All right. And if you read it, you would hear your own voice. You wouldn't hear my voice. Okay. So that's your inner voice. Okay. What's interesting though is if I say, hmm, um, if I told you that Mr. Krabs is talking about his money again on the SpongeBob cartoon, right? If I talk about Mr. Krabs, all of a sudden you don't hear your voice anymore. Now, whose voice do you hear? Mr. Krabs, right? Or if I tell you about Squidward or Patrick Starfish, you don't hear your voice anymore. You hear the voices of those people. So that's called inner voice, okay? Okay, the last voice we're going to talk about today is the singing voice. The singing voice is what I told you before, our first instrument. It's your body's first instrument, okay? And so I can sing Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, and so now I'm using my voice in a different way. I'm not speaking, I'm not shouting. I'm using sound with pitch, okay? Designated pitches, okay? And so that's what music is to begin with. Music is organized frequencies. And then in music, we don't call them frequencies the way scientists call sounds frequencies. We call them pitches, okay? And so that's what we're talking about a little bit about today. So let me just review: speaking voice, shouting voice, whisper voice, and singing voice. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, we're going to be using our singing voice today, okay? I'm going to go to the next slide here, and our next slide is two pitches. We're going to be learning about high sound and a low sound, okay? High sound, low sound, high sound, low sound. I want you to guess which of these is going to sound higher and which of these sounds are going to sound lower. If you answered that so right here is going to sound higher, you're right. And if you answered that me right here will sound lower, you are also right. Okay. And the reason for that is because music in general, whether we're writing notes on a staff notation or we're writing hand symbols or showing hand symbols, we always want to show movement that mimics the sound. For instance, if you're singing higher sounds, then to you don't want to put those higher sounds way down on the musical staff or down on the pictogram that I'm showing you now. You'd want to put them up top because they sound high. Okay, and if you're playing low sounds or singing low sounds, those notes wouldn't go high on the staff or high on the pictogram that I'm showing you right now. They would go on the bottom because they sound lower. Okay, so with that said, let's explore this now. Um, so we're going to start with our first one. First, let me show you the hand symbols, okay? So the hand symbols look like this. So this is going to be I'm sorry, I'm trying to get into the picture frame here. Okay, or the camera frame rather. So this is what so is going to look like, okay? Now I know on the image that you see on the screen shows it with the hand facing you. Ooh, let me go. Yeah, with the hand facing you. And that's because when you're looking at your hand, the palm of your hand should be facing your face, just like mine is right now. Okay, so you'll see the back of my hand because the camera is right here, right? But what am I looking at? I'm looking at the palm of my hand, okay? So that's how you do so. Everyone say so. Very good. Okay. Now I want you to show me. Everyone say me. And you're going to lay your hand flat like this, like a pancake. Okay. That's going to be me. So let's practice going up and down between the two hand symbols. It's going to be so, me, so, me, so, me. I want you to sing. I'm sorry. I want you to say that with me right now. Go ahead. So, me, so, me, so, me. Okay, very good. All right, so now let's add the pitches. Okay. Now, if I'm singing in my voice, and I say my voice because I'm an adult male, or I guess you could say like I'm a grown man, I have a grown man voice, which is different from your voice because you're a child. Okay. You can't make the low sounds that I make with my natural male voice. Okay. Because you're not an adult yet. It's okay. You're a child. So, for most of this lesson, I'm not going to sing in my voice because those are sounds you can't make anyways. And so it doesn't make sense for me to sing in my voice. But just for the purposes of demonstration, let me show you what my voice, my natural voice sounds. Okay. So me. That's what my natural singing voice sounds like. Okay. However, if I am to match a kid voice or a child voice, I have to jump up to what's called my falsetto range. Okay, it's called falsetto because it's a false voice, and a bunch of musical words um, are derived from Italian words, and that's the Italian word for false. Okay, for false voice. Okay, it's called falsetto. You can say it like an Italian, right? You'll see me get Italian a few times. I'm not Italian, but it's fun. Okay, so that's my falsetto. Oh, this is my falsetto voice. So me. Okay, so you probably recognize that from music class when I sing like that. Okay, and I do that for you, so that's a voice you can mimic. Okay, this time I want you to sing that with me. Ready? Sing. So me. Very good. Okay. Let's do that a bunch more times. Okay. I'm just going to keep singing it back and forth. I need you to participate with me. Okay. Sing with me. Don't be embarrassed of what's going on. Hopefully, you have headphones on and all that good stuff. So you can crowd out distractions and really hear yourself sing. And if you don't have headphones and you don't want to grab them right now, that's fine. If you're comfortable, it's fine. Okay. All right. Let's do that again. So me, so me. Okay, so, as you might have noticed, when I sang my soul pitch, I was up here because it's the higher of the two pitches. Okay. And when I sang my me pitch, I moved down slightly because it's the lower of the two pitches. Okay. This time, listen to me, don't sing. And I just want you to listen for the highness or lowness of sound. That's pretty much what pitch means, the highness or lowness of sound, okay? So me. Okay, so you heard that our soul sounds higher and our me sounds lower relative to it, okay? Okay, very, very good. Okay, now I'm going to teach you the song that we're learning today. The song that we're learning today only has two pitches in it, and guess what? What do you think they are? Yeah, if you guess so and me, you're right, you're right, you're right. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm trying to put this computer, move it over a little bit. Okay, so the song we're learning today is called Starlight, Starbright. Okay, and it's right here on the screen, and I tried searching for a beautiful uh, image of beautiful stars in the sky. Something I love doing with my kids. I love my own children. I like to go. We love to go camping, and when we go camping, uh, we um, we like to just lay on the ground. And oftentimes, when you're camping, it's away from the city, so you're not distracted by city lights, and the city lights don't cover up the beautiful night sky, and you're able to just lay and watch the beautiful stars. And it's something I really enjoy doing. It's something I didn't get to do this summer with my babies because I was being extra cautious not to expose us to any illnesses that are might be floating around. So yeah, they're kind of bummed at home, missing vacationing and stuff like that. But soon, I'm sure we'll be back looking at the Starlight and Starbright. Okay. All right. So that's what this song's about. It's about beautiful stars. All right. So let me read it to you first. I want you to repeat after me the words. Okay. Say Starlight. Yeah. That was your turn to speak. Okay, now after I say it, I want you to say the next word. Starbright. Your turn. Okay, right here it says first star I. Your turn. Okay, and now my turn. See tonight. Say that. Okay, very good. So, now I'm going to introduce how we're going to incorporate pitches in this, okay? Particularly these pitches, okay? We're going to incorporate the so and me pitch into Starlight, Starbright. And it goes like this. You don't have to sing, just listen to me, okay? Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. And that's the entire song. Okay, very simple, right? Short, sweet. I told you it was going to be an easy lesson. The point today is to get you singing and matching pitch with solfeggio. And the only two pitches we're using today are so and me. It's a super easy lesson. Okay? All right, let's try that again. This time I want you to sing with me, okay? You do not have to use the hand symbols. Just sing with me. Sing the words on the screen and the pitches that go along with it. Ready, sing. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Very good. All right, very cool. All right, this time let's incorporate our hand symbols, okay? So just in case you don't remember what we just did before with the hand symbols, this is so, and that's the higher of the two pitches, and this is me, and that's the lower of the two pitches, okay? So let's try it. First, I'll do it by myself so you can hear me, see me, and follow along with everything that you have to be responsible for. Singing the lyrics, singing the pitches, and moving your hand symbols appropriately. Okay? Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Very good. Hopefully you sang along right there. And if you didn't get it, or you messed up, a word or a hand symbol, not to worry. Let's try it one more time, okay? One, two, ready, and sing. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. All right, very good. Okay, and just in case you didn't get it those first two times, we're gonna try it one more time. Humor me. All right, do it again. One, two, ready, sing. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Very good. Okay, all right. So that is our lesson for today. Um, Let me recap. We learned about the five different types of voices. Sorry, I keep getting on the screen. The five different types of voices, and it was our speaking voice, like I'm doing right now, our shouting voice, like I'm doing right now, and our singing voice that I'm doing right now. To incorporate our pitches that we just learned about. Okay, those are the five types of voices. Okay. And we focused on our singing voice today, obviously, right? I guess one could argue I focused on my speaking voice. I spoke a lot, right? Um, but in the next screen, we talked about these two pitches of singing, okay? And the two pitches were so and me. So being higher, me being the lower one, okay? And then after we learned those two hand symbols and respective pitches, we learned about we learned the song Starlight, Starbright that only uses two pitches. They happen to be these pitches, right? So and me, those pitches right there. Okay. So your assignment for today is to open up the Google Slides PowerPoint, I'm sorry, Google Slides page that you've been looking at on my screen the entire time and go to the last page, okay? Um, and follow these instructions. Let me read them to you. It says directions. Drag the stars on the bottom to fill beats 4 through 8. Okay. And right now, I'm only seeing on my screen that 6, 7, and 8 are empty. Okay. But go ahead and fill 6, 7, and 8. Then the next sentence says, put the star above the line if you hear a high note and below the line if you hear a low note. Okay. And so what do I mean by that? Well, when we sang the song, it was, and look at my pointer on my screen right now. It went like this. Starlight, star bright, first. And then what do? We changed to our lower pitch, right? Starlight. Then we went back up. C2. And then we went night to our lower pitch, right? So you have to put the star wherever it belongs, okay? Now, if you're paying attention over here, they already gave you half of the answers, or nearly half of the answers, I and so that's the pattern so far. So you have to finish the musical pattern, okay? And the musical pattern right here is high, low, high, low, high, and you have to finish it out with what you remember me singing. If you forgot the song and how it sounded and need to hear it again, well, you just watch this video again because we sang it a bunch of times, right? Okay, that's your assignment for today. Whenever you click the video open, it's going to open up the Google Slides. You go to the fourth slide, I believe, and it's this page, and then you do that assignment, and then you exit out of the Google Slides, go back into the assignment, and then you got to go to the right-hand corner where it says submit assignment. You must submit assignment, or else I didn't know that you submitted it. It's like you didn't turn in your paper in your class, okay? And when you submit assignment, um, it'll ask you, it might say, well, you need to turn something in. Okay, you can just record yourself on the little microphone saying, I did the Starlight assignment, and then that's it. And that's you uploading a file. You can just record your voice saying that. Or you could sing the song to me, which is your extra challenge. So I don't know if you noticed, but right here where I'm pointing my cursor, it says extra challenge. Record yourself singing the song and attach it. So, if you really want to impress Mr. Garcia, go back to the submit assignment button on the right side of your screen, okay? And then it'll open up a little box, and then you'll see a little picture of a microphone. You click it, and then you click record, and then you sing Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. And then you submit assignment, and I know that you were participating, okay? Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed seeing me. I can't wait to see you live in class, some of you beginning in September 8th, hopefully. That was our music lesson for this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.